Hi guys, it's me Jessie and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to share with you how I make my first hoodie from a blanket. I will trying to explain every single step as simple as possible from the pattern making to the sewing. So I hope you guys will like it and try it out. And let's get started.
The first step is making the pattern for the hoodie. To make the back bodice pattern, I draw a straight line cutting the edge horizontal line first. From the end of the straight line, I mark up 11 cm, which is around 1/5 my head side. After that, I draw a perpendicular line from that mark. The width of this line will be 3 cm, which is the depth of the neck at the back bodice. Then keep drawing a straight line from the end of the perpendicular line to cut the edge horizontal line at one point. After that, I draw a curved line to connect this cutting point in the mark on the first straight line to create the neckline for the back bodice. From the end of the first straight line, I mark up 25 cm, which is the half of the shoulder side of the hoodie that I want. Then drawing a perpendicular line from that mark. The length of this line will be 4 cm, which is 1/10 my shoulder side minus 1 cm. Then connect the end of this line to the top of the neckline to create a shoulder line for the back bodice. From the end of the shoulder line, I draw a straight line to cut the edge horizontal line. After that, I keep drawing another straight line at 25 cm away from it. It's a quarter of my bust side plus 5 cm. From the end of this straight line, I mark up 30 cm, which is a quarter of my bust side plus 10 cm. It's the half width of the hoodie that I want. After that, I continue the perpendicular line from the shoulder to cut the bust line at one point. From this cutting point, I mark to inside 1.5 cm. Then connect this mark to the end of the shoulder line. I mark in the middle of this slanted line first. Then drawing a curved line from the mark on the bust line to this mark and finish at the end of the shoulder line to create a sleeve line for the back bodice. From the first straight line, I draw another one at 58 cm from it. It's the length of the hoodie that I want from the shoulder to the hip minus 4 cm, the length of the waistband that I will add later. From the end of this straight line, I mark up 30 cm, which is a quarter of my hip side plus 7 cm. I make it in the same width as the bust line, but you can make it bigger if you want. Then I connect this mark to the end of the sleeve line to create a side line for the back bodice. Adding 1 cm for seam allowance after that, and we will have the back bodice pattern after cutting. You will need to cut this pattern in fold fabric at the edge horizontal line. Moving to the front bodice pattern, I copy the back bodice pattern first. Remember to copy the sewing line as well. From the shoulder line, I draw another line at 2 cm under it. Then I measure and mark the new beginning of the shoulder line to make sure they will be the same. From the end of the back neckline, I mark at 9 cm on the edge horizontal line. It's the depth of the neck at the front bodice that I want. Then drawing a curved line to connect this mark and the top of the shoulder line together to create a neckline for the front bodice. From the cutting point on the bust line, I mark to inside 2.5 cm instead of 1.5 cm that I did at the back bodice. Then drawing a curved line from the end of the sleeve line to this mark and finish at the end of the new shoulder line. It will create a new sleeve line for the front bodice. Adding 1 cm for seam allowance at the new lines, and we will have the front bodice pattern after cutting. You will need to cut this pattern in fold fabric at the edge horizontal line. To make the sleeve pattern, I draw a straight line and a horizontal line cutting each other first. From the cutting point, I mark at 11 cm on the right of the horizontal line. It's 1/10 my bust side plus 3 cm. After that, I measure the width of the slanted line from this mark to the straight line to make sure it will be 27 cm, which is the total width of the sleeve line at the front and the back bodice minus 2 cm. I divide this line into 3 equal parts after that. Then from the top part, I draw an outside perpendicular line with 1.5 cm. At the bottom part, I mark in the middle first. Then I draw an inside perpendicular line with 0.5 cm. After on, I draw a curved line to re-smart to create the sleeve line for the sleeve pattern. From the top of the sleeve line, I mark at 54 cm on the left side of the horizontal line. It's the length of the sleeve from the shoulder to the wrist, minus 4 cm, the length of the curve I will add there later. Then drawing a straight line from that mark. From the end of this line, I mark up 18 cm, which is a half of the width at the end of the sleeve that I want, plus 5 cm. I do the same for the other side of the horizontal line. At the sleeve line, I increase the width of the outside perpendicular line to 2.5 cm, then redraw the new sleeve line after that. Add in 1 cm for seam allowance after on, and we will have the sleeve pattern after cutting. You will need to cut 2 pieces for this pattern. Moving to the hood pattern, I draw a rectangle with 38 cm length, which is the length of the hood from the top of the head to the shoulder, plus 4 cm, and 33 cm width, which is the half width of my head side, plus 8 cm. From one end of the length line, I extend it 3 cm. Then I draw a slanted line from the end of this extended line to the width line next to it. Make sure the width of this slanted line will be the same with the total width of the neckline at the front and the back borders. After that, I divide the slanted line into 3 equal parts, then drawing a very slightly curved line to this to create the neckline. Then drawing a very slightly curved line to them to create the neckline for the hood. At the top width line, I mark at 1/3 of the line. At the back length line, I mark at 1/3 of the line. Then connect 2 marks together by a curved line. From the end of this curved line, I continue it to another 1/3 marks of the back length line and finish at the end of the slanted line. Add in 1 cm for seam allowance after that, except 3 cm for seam allowance at the front length line. And we will have the hood pattern after cutting. You will need to cut 2 pieces for this pattern. The last pattern is the front pocket. I draw a rectangle with 22 cm length and 30 cm width. From one end of the top width line, I mark to inside 8 cm and mark down 15 cm on the length line. Then connect 2 marks together. It will create the open area of the front pocket where you can put your hand in. Then do the same for the other side. And we will have the front pocket pattern after cutting. Now let's start sewing this hoodie. I use a soft fleece blanket in the rainbow color for this DIY. After cutting the front pocket, I fold the open area line inside 1 cm first, then keep folding it again with 2 cm width and sewing. I put the front pocket in the middle at the end of the front borders. I fold the top line and 2 side line inside 2 cm and sewing to finish the front pocket. After that, I connect the front and the back border together at the shoulder and two side lines. Don't forget to overlock your seam after that. At the end of the borders, I make a loose seam first, then I create a garment fabric there later. The final width of the garment fabric will be 100 cm, which is my hip size plus 8 cm. Then I cut a long rectangle with 10 cm width, which is 2 times the length of the waistband that I want, and 102 cm width, which is the width at the end of the borders. I connect two length lines together to create a circle fabric first. Then I fold two sides of the circle fabric together to create a waistband. Now I'm connecting the waistband to the end of the borders. Don't forget to overlock the seam after sewing. Moving to the sleeve, I connect two inside sleeve lines together after cutting. After that, I make a loose seam at the end of the sleeve first. Then I create a garment fabric there later. The final width of the garment fabric will be the width at the end of the sleeve that I want. I cut a rectangle with 10 cm length, which is 2 times the length of the curve that I want, plus 2 cm for seam allowance. And the width is the same as the final width at the end of the sleeve, plus 2 cm for seam allowance. I connect two length lines together to create a circle fabric first. Then I fold two sides of the circle fabric together to create a curve. After that, I connect it to the end of the sleeve. Don't forget to overlock the seam after sewing. And here are the sleeves after on. Now I'm connecting them to the borders at their sleeve lines. Don't forget to overlock the seam after sewing. After cutting two pieces of the hood, I connect them together at the back first. Then I finish the front of the hood by folding the end fabric inside 2 times and sewing. The final step is connecting the hood to the borders at the neckline. And I finished this DIY. Here's my final result. This is such a cute and comfy hoodie. The rainbow color makes it so fun and full of energy. I hope you guys will like it and try it out soon. See you in the next video.